All right. For 94.5, KTBL The Pit and the Zero Hour Squared Classics big event happening August 22nd, this coming weekend through the 23rd. It's Pistons for Patriots Ride with Gilby Clarke. That starts at 3 p.m. August 22nd and the 23rd over at Thunderbird Harley Davidson. That will be the meeting point at 5000 Alameda Boulevard. Registration opens at 11 a.m. All riders are welcome. It's $10 a person for Pistons or two Pistons for Patriots comedy and band performances. This also Pistons for Patriots veteran benefit car show proudly supporting Paws and Stripes. So the ride begins over at Thunderbird and goes to the New Mexico Expo, if I'm correct. And there's going to be featuring LA's Rock Revival. That's a band with one of our guests that we're going to have here that I'm going to introduce to, as well as a performance by Gilby Clarke, one of our other guests on here, and a comedy set by Stephen Michael Quesada. And let me get this intro here. We're joined on the left by, let me see, is that left, stage left, whatever, Galen Walker. He played in the legendary Burke band Fine Line back in the 80s, man. And I remember they went off to Hollywood to get big and jam out there. Galen ended up going out on his own a little bit, jamming with the likes of Cher and Kingdom Come, the Edgar Winter group. That's the Tattooed White Boy, one of my favorites. He then later found some more success in the movie industry as a filmmaker, producer, and has been integral in the success of or was integral in the success of the Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Highlander series and countless others. Welcome, Galen. And also we have Gilby Clarke. This man does not need, he's a man, the myth, the legend, and doesn't need a real introduction, but his resume speaks for itself, playing in the likes of Guns N' Roses, MC5, Slash's Snakepit, Kings of Chaos, and one band that I wonder if you remember, man, the Cover Police. And you came through Albuquerque once, and I got a chance to interview you with Phil Susan and Randy Castillo,
Randy.
man. Yeah. Do
That
you
was
remember
a
that
fun
show?
time, man. That was a really fun time. It was all from Randy. Randy, we got to go to my town, man. I got shows. We're going to have fun. And Randy and Phil Susan were very close at that time, especially playing with Ozzy. And it was myself and Ryan Roxy came out and did those shows. And I'll never forget.
Yeah, that was cool. That was it was at the Billy's Long Bar, and it was a Blarney Bash, and I remember it was raining quite a bit. And I did
Yeah.
an interview with these guys, and they were totally cool with me, even though I was a jackass. I felt so bad, but it was fun, and you guys were great. And we miss Randy Castillo, and
Of course.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your relationship with him as we go a little bit further. But I also want to talk to Galen as well. Galen, why don't you give us a little bit of history about yourself? I mentioned you have a long resume as well, man, and you've done New Mexico very proud as a representative, as a musician, as well as somebody in the film industry. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing and what's going on?
Yeah, I'm laughing because when I was a kid, Randy was best friends with my cousin, Pete, and they were in a band. And Randy was heading off to LA. And then later, Randy was playing Stone Fury, which was with Lenny. And then Lenny went on to form Kingdom Come. But Randy was a big part of our childhood, too, the great drummer. Uh, so Albuquerque, grew up here playing guitar. That's all I wanted to do. I thought somewhere over the mountains there's a better place to go. And Fine Line took off. We were blowing up here, so we all went to LA to make it, and so did everybody else. And they all came back, and I stuck around. So through my time there, thank you, Steve Lukather. He helped me out a big time. I was his roadie for a while, and he told me I could actually play and hooked me up with all these flunky sessions, and they started turning over to other things. And next thing you know, I got in some great gigs. Kingdom Come was awesome. Did a bunch of stuff with Lenny and that band, and then uh, music's my first passion. Music's my love. I wish I could just do it my whole life, and that would be it. It was great. Put together a band called LA's Rock Revival with some good friends. We all ride motorcycles together. We all party together. We all hang out. We started playing a lot around town for years and years. Everybody came out to see us. We were just a cover band, do our own stuff. Gilby must have jammed with us so many times. While I was just keeping the music going, I was working in the film business. I produced the last three big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films. I brought them back and got them restarted, launched the Nickelodeon side, and then back in Albuquerque because I know what the film business is doing here. I'm trying to work on building a studio presence here and a production company. And I want to be the one producer making movies from Albuquerque, from New Mexico, utilizing our tax credits and our great people here. And being a fifth generation New Mexican, it's important for me to hope bring it in. So, like Pistons for Patriots, segue, it's such a great event. It's such amazing what it does to help veterans and what we need. We have the #2 suicide rate in the country for veterans. And Paws and Stripes helps them so much by bringing them animals that they care about. But this whole event we're playing, all the money goes to veterans' help, mental health, to physical health, help these guys not take their own lives, help them get some mental help, and just really help them get on their feet again. So it's a great opportunity.
Awesome. Two very great organizations, needless to say. Real quickly, as far as yourself, Gilby, what have you been up to? The last time I did see you near Albuquerque, it was in Acoma. You had played out there at a metal festival, and I don't remember, it was maybe 2012, 2014, somewhere in
Yeah.
and around there. But who are you jamming with now? And I know you're going to be performing at the event, which we'll get into once we talk about you run us up to speed on what you're doing.
Well, I do a lot of different things. I mean, through my whole career since Guns N' Roses, I've always kept a solo band, which is just my name. And I put out records every now and then, solo records. So we get offers, all the time to come out and do shows, tours, the US is a little bit hard, to tour with as a hard rock band, but I just got back from South America doing a great run, headlining our own shows, and it was great. I play with a band called Kings of Chaos, which is Matt Sorum's all-star band, which he has everybody from Steven Tyler to Billy Gibbons to Robin Zander, Sebastian Bach. I mean, it's a huge line of people. And we were out there a couple years ago. We played at the Inn of the Mountain Gods.
Yeah, I know where that's at. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a few years back, and actually it was like right at the tail end of COVID. And I actually came out a little early with my wife, rented a motorcycle, and spent, about 5 days riding around Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Taos, everywhere. And thank God the weather was good. And then I rode the motorcycle out to the Inn of the Mountain Gods.
Oh,
So
very cool.
I had a great experience doing that. But last year I played with Alice Cooper. I got a call from Alice that Nita, his guitar player, something happened and she couldn't do a whole run of dates. So I played with Alice. That was a 2-day notice to learn 30 songs and play with Alice. So, like I said, I'm still out there playing. Whether it's with Kings of Chaos, there's another project called Royal Machines. That's the same thing. It's like an all-star project that, it's kind of a lot like Kings of Chaos, just Kings of Chaos is hard tickets, where Royal Machines is private events. We have a band called the Halloween Jack, which is a lot like LA's Rock Revival. It's like a cover band that we just do for fun. We're playing in LA this weekend and in 2 weeks. My solo band's playing the Whiskey on September 11th. So I'm still out there playing, as well as playing with Galen and the boys at this event.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Now, you were doing something recently with Glenn Hughes?
Yeah, unfortunately, those dates got canceled. Yeah, Glenn was back with the Dead Daisies. He's doing recording some music with them, and they're doing these great one-off shows. We're doing half a set of Dead Daisies, then half a set of Glenn's time in Deep Purple. So they call it the Purple Daisies. And yeah, so I was opening those shows, but Glenn just had a little bit of a health scare, and he's got to slow down a little right now. So unfortunately, those dates got canceled.
All right. Galen, why don't you tell us about the event? Get into, I mentioned all the particulars, but get into it a little bit more in depth and tell us your involvement with it as well.
Well, I'm kind of biased because Paws and Stripes, the executive director of Paws and Stripes, the boss lady, is my fiance, Stacy Cruz.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank Stacy is absolutely amazing human being. She came out here from Austin, Texas 2 years ago and kicked off. She took over Paws and Stripes. It was a smaller organization. Now it's blowing up. She's got it set up with the vet integration. She's the veterans integration. And when I went to this event last year, I saw how cool it was, but what it could be. I mean, this is a big deal for the National Car Show that used to be in New Mexico every year. I call it the Grand National or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
There's going to be 50 to 400 of the top hot rod cars here, and they've already got them in. We're going to be bringing probably close to 700 to 800 bikers from Harley. They're going to ride over with Gilby. But it's a cool event because it's on Main Street at the expo, so it's outside. Everything's got parking with all these cars everywhere. We've got other lots that have specialty cars. other lots that have bouncers, other lots that have row line. I mean, it'll blow your mind how many cars. But last year they had the all the music in the back in the Spanish Village. So we moved it all to the front, to the boxcar stage, the big stage where everybody's walking in and that big grassy knoll. They're going to have vendors everywhere. Everything's booked out, from home decor vendors to massage chairs, buy a boat, get a hot tub, all that shit. And then we've got the beer gardens. We've got all the artists that are lining up. So this deal was more to be a music event thing all day. So we're going to kick it off with the colors, and everything starts around 10:30, noonish. The Rock Revival, my band, we're going to kick off a set like probably around 2 o'clock, 2:30, and play till 4 and just play out, keep people coming, we're giving away all kinds of stuff. We have goat head tickets, we have T-shirts, we have Harley stuff, we have you name it. And then there's going to be some big announcements. It'll all be going on. But then at 4:15, Stephen Michael Quezada, who was from Breaking Bad, who is an amazing comic, he's going to hit the stage and do a set. And I'm telling you, man, he's going to blow everybody's mind because he is such an amazing comic, and his show is doing, his club is doing so well here. He'll play, and then after he's done, Gilby's going to come lead a whole pack of Harley guys in. He's going to ride in. It's got a spot for him. It's going to be awesome. Then we're going to steal Gilby away and bring him backstage, discuss tops and tails of these songs. We're going to come out, hit the stage around 6 o'clock, and then we're going to bring Gilby out. And Gilby's going to play a whole bunch of cool stuff with us. Some of Gilby's originals, which are really great music, and then some Guns N' Roses, some covers. The funny thing about this event is it's being sponsored by Chevron and this other company that are very, very heavily faith-based. So they had me send a list. Nothing could say hell. Nothing could have the devil. I had to pull a couple things and rewrite them. We're not on a highway to hell. We're on a highway to
somewhere.
But it was all good. And then after we play, which we'll be up there for an hour, so it's just going to be great. The sun will be going down. It's outside. We have a video wall too, so people can see. Then after we finish playing, they're going to show, I think, Top Gun Maverick to all the kids. Are going to be.
Oh.
And then Sunday is kind of a repeat. Sunday morning, they're having the big ceremony with the church that'll come out and bless all the veterans and give the final services. They're giving away some awards. They're naming some people that have done amazing things in the community. And then we start over. Band plays around, I think, noonish. We have another hot rod. Who wins the best car award? We give away a bunch of stuff, and then we close it out with some music, and we're wrapping it up around 6 o'clock. But
awesome.
Yeah, what's going on there? I've forgotten half the stuff. There's going to be so many vendors. So, everybody you can mention, from the chili people to the jerky people to the beer people, but all of it goes to help our veterans, and that's like I said, this is so important.
So talk to us a little bit more about Paws and Stripes, and then I'll ask Gilby about Pistons for Patriots. But since you're pretty intimate now with Paws and Stripes, tell us a little bit about what that org does.
Well, we have one. So Paws and Stripes, they say saving 2 lives at once. I think it's saving 3 lives at once. They find dogs that are going to be euthanized or dogs that are in shelters that are going to be killed, and they test them to see what kind of dogs would be best temperament, which we find most of the time is pit bulls and German shepherds, and certain dogs have a certain temper. And then they go to they send them into a program with prisoners, incarcerated prisoners, that take the dog in for 9 to 12 months and train the dog. And they train the dog to work with veterans with PST, the post-traumatic disorders. So the dog knows how to comfort the vet, how to come up to him and help him when he's shaking or needs his attention. Yeah. And they're really well trained. I have one myself. I have a service dog that was been through the program. Once he gets out of the program and he's trained, he goes to live with the vet, and the veteran becomes one with this dog. And when they find that 80% of the time, we have more success rate with the veteran living a better life, than no. So I think you save a dog's life. In a way, you save a prisoner's life, and in a way, you save the vet's life. So it's awesome. And
that's incredible.
It's cool, and and the success stories and the things that we hear back are touching and heart filling. But it's a thing we need, so it's exciting. Yeah.
All right, Gilby, you want to talk about Pistons for Patriots?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once again, Galen, called me about this, and I just thought it was really important to, get involved. And one of the main things I can give back, like I said, is performance. So just being able to come out and play for these guys is just it's an honor. And whenever I get out there and I talk with these guys, it's like like I said, it's just heartwarming and stuff. It's like, we can always just say, thank you for your service and everything, but to really hear that, talk to them and hear from their experiences, really, how you get involved.
Nice. So when you start the ride on Saturday, what's your weapon that you're going to be riding, and what's your
I don't
weapon going
know
to be
yet.
on
I don't know
stage?
yet.
Oh,
I mean,
you don't know yet?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a Harley guy, so I'm sure it'll be a Harley. And last time I was out there, I got a Road King, which is what I have here too. So to be honest, as long as I got two wheels, I'm a pretty happy guy.
Nice. What about your weapon on stage? What axe are you bling? Would
I'm
you
probably gonna
usually
bring my Les Paul.
your Les Paul?
Yeah, I
Is that
mean,
the same Les Paul you've been playing for a long time?
It's funny. They look the same, but they're not. I have like five that look exactly the same. It's so funny because I get that a lot. Is that the same GNR? I still have my guitars from the GNR years, but they look the same, but they are different. I get a new one from Gibson every couple of years. So oddly enough, I have a show the night before in LA in Redondo Beach with the Halloween Jack. So this gear is going to go ahead. So I will, I'm not sure which guitar I'm going to bring at that point, but definitely be a Les Paul.
That's cool, man. We're really looking forward to that. Galen, I want to ask you, you had some great success in the film industry, and like you mentioned, New Mexico being a big hub of the film industry as well. What are you bringing over to New Mexico now that's going to help make this industry even grow and flourish even more than it already is, and especially for a lot of local folks that are trying to get in the business?
Well, New Mexico has been a really wonderful place to get tax rebates. They changed the model. Netflix moved here. They have a huge studio here. So bottom line, you come here, you shoot, you use New Mexicans, services, people, whatever you do, you pay the New Mexico tax, and you get money back from the state, up to 25% to 35%, which is a huge opportunity. You make a $10 million movie, you get 25% of that back from the state for spending it here. People are coming like crazy. The problem is they're not keeping it here. We're taking the money, we're giving it to them, and they leave. We need to start developing projects from New Mexico. We need a production company here that is making films. So I've been working on a plan to build a movie studio out on the West Mesa called Mesa Film Studios. And we're working with the governor's council to make some upgrades, hopefully, to the legislation to get us some better tax incentives. Texas is blowing up. Maryland is coming. Everybody's got a tax incentive. New Jersey's on fire. You go to New Jersey and shoot out of the gate, it can be 35%. New Mexico, got to step up a little. So I'm working with a potential next governor, and we're working hard to get some of these things done. But she's so cool because she wants music and film to thrive like it has been. And, I don't think there's been a person other than like Vince Gilligan has been so amazing here with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and Pluribus. And I'm not comparing myself to, but as a producer, I now am here and I want to produce projects. And I think I have a caliber that can do that. So we're starting to, we have one in prep now and we have a big one coming. And so we're working on it. So bringing more jobs, better opportunities for everybody, and that means post-production, music, composing, everything's here. So that's what we're trying to do.
Very nice. All right, let's get into a couple of fun questions here because there's been a lot going on. Some kind of magical historical stuff, man. I mean, for me, one of the big things this year that happened was Rush's reunification, even though Neil's gone, but with Annika Niles and also seeing Richie Blackmore playing with Deep
I
Purple
know
after
that
30
was
years.
really wild.
That was
That one
cool,
was out of
man.
left field. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, even going back as far as last year when Ozzy passed, you guys take whoever wants to jump at it first. Kind of tell us about those impactful stories of rock and roll and metal and how they have affected you, and tell us some of the stories that you guys have as well that you could share with us of magical stuff that goes on.
Well, I think number one, we're in a very interesting time because all the heroes and all the artists that we grew up with that we looked up to are getting a lot older, but people are still rocking into their 70s. I mean, 80s for some of them. It's just, when we all started, we always thought, oh, once you hit 30 and 40, you're old in rock and roll. But I mean, these are, just unparalleled times. I mean, I just saw Sammy Hagar the other night. I rode my motorcycle to Sturgis, and this is the first time I have not played in Sturgis. Usually every year I ride out and my band, we play there. This year I didn't. So I saw David Lee Roth play, I saw Sammy play, and I saw Youngblood play,
Oh, wow.
which was really interesting because I mean, Dave was, if not one of the greatest frontman of all time. Sammy, at his age, he was perfect. He was perfect. I mean, it blew my mind at how great he is, and he's got no technical help. He's doing it raw. And then Youngblood, the new guy on the block. Let's see what he can do. Because by the way, all these places were a good 20 to 30,000 people. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. But I was impressed with Youngblood. Number one, it wasn't his crowd, even though he was the headliner, and he won him over. He's got a fantastic voice. He's got a great attitude. He's got that rebel attitude and stuff. I mean, some of his songs, it's very, very beginning of his songwriting, but it's like I said, we're in new times. We're seeing all of our heroes are getting older. With Ozzy passing last year, I mean, I think all of us kind of saw that, we weren't going to see Ozzy around for a long time, but that and the beginning, or what was called the beginning to the end of the beginning, whatever it was. I mean, everybody that watched that, was in tears, because it just reminded us of our youth, but it also reminded us of, where we're going right now as we're all getting older.
Galen, what are your thoughts?
Well, I feel the same way. Sammy Hagar, I'll never forget in Albuquerque, the Red Rocker came here. It blew my mind. He was climbing in the rafters. It was insane front man. I was like, holy shit, who's Sammy Hagar? But, he's still amazing. I saw him in Cabo and he blew my mind. But, you know what I love? I'll bring it closer to home. I lived in LA 40 years. We all rode bikes. We played, hang out. We'd go see Gilby at the whiskey. We were all, family. And I moved back to New Mexico because it was time to get back here and do what I wanted to do. But I have to tell you, music is alive and well here, man. People love music in New Mexico. And it blows my mind because I see how the sophistication of getting more music here is really going to be awesome. Because like you heard that the guys at Rebel are thinking about building an amphitheater. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah.
So Gilby, we have a club here called Rebel. It's pretty big. Bruce Dickinson, it's good size. The guys that run it are super cool, and they're just pumping music. And we have some cool venues, but people here, man, are diehard rockers. They're just like, you put the radio on, and it's like it's either Ozzy, Journey, or Metallica. It's all, like I even heard Kingdom Come the other day. Get it on! I almost fell out of my car. But when we put this together, I was talking to Paul Fairless, who is the guy that's putting everything. He's paying everything. He's an amazing man. His company is a disabled veterans construction company, and he is just, I mean, the guy is just a saint. I said, dude, we got to bring a real rocker. And I go, I got a guy.
I got a guy.
I said, Gilby Clarke. And when I got home, he sent me a picture of him when he was 14. He's wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. I can't believe you're going to get Gilby here. And I said, yeah, we're going to get Gilby. So I just think it's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time. And people really appreciate the era that we play music from. I all the new music that's out there, and there's so many amazing new artists, but I still miss, just the old Stones and just the old good AC/DC and some cool shit that it just does it for me.
Right, right. You mentioned the passion and the love of New Mexico for music in general, but for definitely heavy metal and hard rock. But there's some legends that came out of here, and I can't let you guys go without talking a little bit about Randy Castillo, one of the all-time favorites of New Mexico and our son, man. What was your relationship like with him, Gilby?
Wow. I mean, Randy was a friend, look, Randy had a lot of friends. I mean, he was just such not just a positive presence, but a joyous presence. It's like he was someone like if you didn't know him, you wanted to know him. He was always fun. He was always upbeat. Never saw the guy in a bad mood. I mean, sometimes when you're in a project together, you can butt heads a little bit. Not with Randy. Randy was so easygoing and he was so great at his instrument. That's why he came from, Albuquerque, to Los Angeles and got the Ozzy gig and everything else that he got since. He was a true talent. I mean, he was a rock and roller, the way he held that beat together. And I was actually friends with Phil Toussaint, and then he's not the one who introduced me to Randy because I met Randy before that, but when he brought up that project and working together, we were recording together a lot over those years. And it's just, he's just such a great person. I mean, I don't think you'll find anybody that will have anything negative to say about Randy. Anybody, I mean, he held that chair in Ozzy's band for a long, long time.
Right. Galen, how about yourself and Randy?
Oh, dude, I just remember being a kid and he had pillows in his kick drum, and like my cousin Pete used to play with him, and I just thought he was the loudest person I ever heard play the drums, And
Yeah.
then he was moving off to LA, and there he goes. And then I got out to LA and we crossed paths a couple of times, and being from the same hometown, it was kind of cool. We talked about the food all the time.
Right.
But our families know each other, so it was kind of cool because my cousin Pete worked. They played when they were kids. I think they went to West Mesa or Valley or what? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. And he
But
was also proud of where he came from. Like I said, he brought us, to Albuquerque to play and stuff because they're like, oh man, I have so many friends. They have venues and they really want some great rock and roll. Why don't we do this? And like I said, he was proud of where he came from, and he wanted to show all his friends, where he came from.
it's a great town. I mean, I'm telling you, Gilby, I got a feeling next weekend's going to be off the hook, man. I mean, it's the people here really love music. They really love to get out and see cool talent, and they're diverse. They're really diverse. They like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's going
I
to
don't
be a
know.
great party.
Motorcycles, music, cars, riding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an easy sell for me.
Right, for sure, for sure. Hey, real quickly, out of all the reunion bands and all these bands getting back together here and there, what is one band, Gilby, that you would like to see get back together? Maybe it could be an obscure band that no one knew about, but just for like one night if you had a choice.
Wow. I mean, that's still, living for the most part. I mean, Zeppelin, I know they don't have the great Bonham, but they do have a son. I mean, I mean, look, I know that we're all up there, but I mean, look, you see Paul McCartney and he's still as great as he ever was. He's singing great. He's playing great. Like I said, Sammy's still in his 70s. Yeah, for me, to answer that question, it's Zeppelin. I mean, even if it's two or three songs, I'm okay with that.
How about yourself, Galen? Who would you like to see get back?
Oh man, I think Gilby nailed it. I mean, my head was spinning, but I have to tell you, Gilby, this made me laugh. So Monday night we saw Toto here in Albuquerque.
Luke.
Yeah.
Love it because I don't know how to say this. Toto's tough. I mean, tough band,
Yeah, yeah.
great fucking. But the singing, way up there. He had these two keyboard players that were these young dudes that were ridiculous on the keys, but they had voices like birds. They were like,
Oh.
All those high Rosanna, they had him nailed. And he had Steely Dan's drummer. I mean, it was so awesome because Steve's basically the only guy left,
Yeah.
But it was so cool to see him hold the line, as this is Toto. And because I love them, but, I mean, it was a different part of my life. But for the problem with, I think Gilby and I both are, is half the people who are still alive can't make it back to the band. We want to see him play with
Yeah.
Aerosmith, man. They were the best ever when we were kids. Stories in the Attic changed my life, But Zeppelin, Jesus. I mean, today I still get moved by what they do, and I think you're on the money, wasn't it cool seeing that new thing they did, that new documentary they did where they had
Oh
some
yeah,
film?
yeah. It was unbelievable.
Right.
I actually, when it came out, I wasn't so sure I wanted to see it because I feel like I've seen everything Zeppelin, around. It's like, what's new? But it was certainly a new, interesting take on how they did it.
Right.
And also the background on John Paul Jones. I never knew he was from vaudeville. I mean, that was awesome because now it makes sense. He was such this unspoken talent, but now I get it. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect choice. I would throw in Queen, but I mean, obviously, because of Freddie not
Yeah.
being here and such, that will never ever happen. But I would always this one I'm going to lobby for till the day I die is Lionel Richie and the Commodores getting back.
All right. All
Right
right.
on.
One
Yeah,
more
man.
time.
Yeah, man.
You
Right
guys
on,
have
man.
any? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, man, this has been cool. Thank you so much, Mike. You've been on. Appreciate this.
Thank you. I appreciate it as well. You took some time on a Sunday. Gilby, it's been an absolute pleasure. Got a second chance to do an interview with you. The first one was a debacle. Actually, I want to thank Thumper. I don't know if you remember, if either of you guys remember a guy named Thumper from the West Mesa that was friends with all you guys, all you bands, and he hooked me up with that interview. He told me, hey, Randy's over there. Don't tell nobody. Take your
Yeah.
camera and go get an interview.
That's
Is,
great.
is there anything final I didn't ask you guys before I let you go?
Hey, Galen, I got a question. It is rain or shine, right?
Yeah, it's not gonna rain. And even if it rains, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be
Yeah,
okay.
we got hit with a pretty good storm coming back from Sturgis. The whole
Yeah.
time I was there, I didn't even put on a jacket. But man, on my way home, man, I got hit.
I
Yeah,
got to
that's
ask you
that's important.
one bike question. How in the hell do you guys manage to ride a Harley like in the desert of Arizona or New Mexico when the wind's blowing and you're riding sideways? I rode behind a guy all the way from I think it was Winslow to Las Vegas riding like that. That was like through a constant haboob. We were going to see
Yeah.
Van Halen out there. How do you guys manage that? Man, that's insane.
Interesting, but this is quite a few years back, but definitely before COVID. But I was playing in Sturgis, and I had a gig in Albuquerque at a casino, and I actually was opening for Dokken, and
Oh,
I rode my bike from Sturgis to Albuquerque, played the show, and then the next day I rode from Albuquerque all the way to LA in one day.
Yeah.
And it was, the wind, and it was 124 going through Needles. But my answer to your question is you got to get through it. Just
Yeah.
go. What do
I've,
you
I've
sit
done
around, wait for it to get better? It ain't going to get better. You just got to go.
I've
right.
done that rad, man. Just going there is a lot easier than coming. But well, look, I'm hoping we've got what they call the monsoon sit, so it'll open up and dump, and it'll just go away. It's like
Yeah.
it's like weather in Florida where it's got
Yeah.
changes.
Boom. And
So
then it's
hopefully,
gone. Yeah.
well, there is a little bit of a forecast of some rain, but I think it's going to blow through, and I think we'll be fine. We got to cover. We're
Rain or
covered.
shine.
Racing.
All right.
Anyway, no, man, I'm so pumped. And Gilby, it's going to be great playing with you. We'll be on another Zoom going over a couple things soon. And happy pre-birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man, happy birthday. Again, the event is Pistons for Patriots Ride with Gilby Clarke, 3 p.m. August 22nd and 23rd at Thunderbird Harley Davidson. That will be the meeting point.
Yep,
It's
for Gilby.
5,000 Alameda. Registration opens at 11. There's also pre-registration. It's all riders are welcome. It's $10 a person. Pistons for Patriots comedy and band performances. Also, this benefit car show proudly supports Paws and Stripes, featuring LA's rock revival, a performance by Gilby Clarke, and comedy by Stephen Michael Casala. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I will talk to you tomorrow on the TJ
Yeah.
Trout Show as well.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much. Take care, guys. Take
Take care.
care.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Be good, man.